Welcome to Gaming News. If you are new around here, this series is focused on bringing the biggest highlights from the world of gaming, from EA doing stupid things as usual to new release dates for the latest games. So today we have a couple of headlines. First of all is Moon of Madness, Steam, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Google Stadia, and finally the new game Pine. So let's start with Moon of Madness. This game is going to be released on October 22 on all three platforms, the PC, Xbox, and PS4. It is going to be a first-person horror game that is based on Mars where you meet the supernatural, which sounds really cool. First-person horror, reminds you of PewDiePie. Sounds really interesting. A lot of people are excited for this game, and so am I. I'm interested to see where it goes. Sadly, October 22 is, stocked with a lot of games already, so who knows where it fits in the budget, but I'll definitely be checking out. Next is Steam, which I've actually leaked remote play, which if you don't know what it is, recently Steam sent news to all their developers that on October 21 they will be releasing something called Remote Play Together, which will basically be turning any local multiplayer game into a full online one, which basically means if you're playing a game that has local multiplayer, so you can connect with your friends if they're next to you with like their own internet connection, it will turn into a full online game and you can actually play with them in different areas. So think of Minecraft and its local connecting, or Smash Bros and the same thing. It will also, other than that, it will also have the abilities that, so let's say I only own Smash Bros or Minecraft. I know they're not available on Steam, but only I own it. My friends don't need to own the game to play it with me either. I can just stream it to them, and they can connect and play with me normally. Anyways, let's get to the big news, which is Modern Warfare and the specs that got released for them. So the minimum requirements for Modern Warfare, which isn't as important as recommended, but it will be Windows 7, Intel Core i5, an AMD FX 6300, an NVIDIA GTX 670 or an AMD Radeon 7950, 8GB of RAM, and 175 GB of space, which is insane. Anyways, the recommended ones, which is what you should focus on, is going to be Windows 10, an Intel Core i5 or AMD Ryzen 1600X, an NVIDIA GTX 970, 12GB of RAM, and also 175 GB of space. Now the thing is, the requirements aren't as high as Red Dead Redemption 2, for example, which you can see on my last video, but the space, the requirement for the space is insane. Like if you want to download the Red Dead Redemption 2 and Modern Warfare on your PC, that's like 275 GB, which is insane. That's like a quarter of what I have. I don't know what's up with that, but the requirements themselves, like an NVIDIA GTX 970, the RAM, it isn't too bad. Anyways, next, the Google Stadia apparently is going to be faster than the PlayStation and Xbox. They actually plan to achieve this within 1 or 2 years. The Google Vice President of Engineering, Maj Bakar, I hope I pronounced that correctly, said that ultimately we think in a year or two we'll have games that are running faster and feel more responsive in the cloud than they do locally, regardless of how powerful the machine is. Now, I don't actually know if this is compared to the next-gen consoles, which obviously we don't know anything about yet, or they're thinking of the current gen consoles, which is the PS4 and the Xbox One. But I imagine if they're saying this, it's probably for the next consoles, because in 1 or 2 years that's what we're going to be used to, right? However, the biggest problem with Google Stadia still remains that it needs a really high internet speed, which limits a lot of people, because obviously you're streaming these games, you're not actually just playing them locally. But yeah. Anyways, final news for today is a new game called Pine, which got released 3 days ago on October 10th. It's on Steam, and the game is described as an open-world action-adventure game set in a simulated world in which humans never reach the top of the food chain. It sounds really cool, and you guys should definitely go check it out on Steam. It actually also has a 10% discount on it right now. The game looks really interesting. You play as this character, and you fight multiple creatures and animals that are much smarter apparently than humans. It also has a very Zelda Breath of the Wild kind of feel to it, the graphics and the gameplay. It would be cool if it was on the Switch, but yeah, you guys should check it out. Anyways guys, that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe. If you didn't, let me know why in the comments below. Anyways guys, I'll see you next time, and good luck with everything in life.